There's a certain satisfaction in knowing something the modern world forgot. And you know, when it comes to staying dry, protected and prepared, recycled canvas tarps, treated the old-school way with wax and oil, are the kind of forgotten technology that makes you look at flimsy plastic sheets and think, really? This is what we settled for? Because, honestly, long before hardware stores stacked aisles of disposable polytarps, the people who actually endured storms, mud, trenches and months outdoors relied on something far smarter. And it wasn't plastic. It was reclaimed canvas, turned waterproof through a formula perfected by World War II engineers, deck crews, field mechanics and homesteaders who didn't have the luxury of gear failure. That's the hook most survivalists miss. The best waterproof tarp isn't a new invention. It's an old one we abandoned too early. Let's cut straight to the truth. Plastic tarps tear, crumble under the sun and flap themselves into confetti the moment wind picks up. I've yet to meet a camper, soldier or farmer who hasn't cursed one mid-storm. But go back to pre-World War II field gear, and you'll find something built to survive the kind of conditions that don't care about your budget, waxed or oiled canvas made from repurposed cotton. This wasn't boutique craftsmanship. It was necessity. Worn-out sails, dead tents, grain sacks, anything cotton with life left in its weave, was transformed using boiled linseed oil, beeswax and natural resins. Suddenly, old fabric became superior to new fabric, and more importantly, it became reliable. The secret was in the way the fibres swelled when wet. Instead of letting water in, the canvas tightened like a shield. Soldiers carried squares of it folded in their packs because one piece could be a ground sheet, stretcher, poncho or rainfly, depending on the day. One material, dozens of rolls. No plastic required. One thing modern gear still struggles with is the balance between staying waterproof and, avoiding that swampy condensation build-up underneath. Polytarps trap moisture like a sealed bag, which is why anything stored under them smells half-fermented after about a week. Waxed canvas behaves differently because it's alive in a way synthetics aren't. The oil fills the gaps, yes, but the cotton itself breathes. That means rain stays out while trapped moisture can slowly escape as vapour. That's exactly why tools stored under canvas don't rust as quickly. Why food caches stay cooler. Why old bedrolls never develop the sour rot plastic gear is, famous for. And the longevity? A polytarp gives you 6 months to a year, maybe, before it turns brittle. A properly maintained waxed canvas tarp can last more than a decade. When it gets worn, you don't throw it away. You re-oil it. You strengthen it. You keep going. This self-healing quality is, precisely why pre-war explorers and Arctic survey teams carried these sheets like lifelines. The material wasn't just durable. It was, in fact, dependable across years. Let's keep it practical. If you want to recreate this World War II-era gear from recycled materials, you can do it with nothing more than patience and the right ingredients. Start with heavy cotton. Old duffel bags, canvas jackets, tent sides, denim sheets, or any material labelled 100% cotton duck. No synthetics. They won't absorb oils and will leave you with a sticky mess. First, wash it, and make sure to dry it fully. Then melt equal parts beeswax and boiled linseed oil. If you're working with about 2 square meters of fabric, 1 cup of each is enough. Warm the fabric slightly. Sunlight works perfectly because, warm fibres absorb better. Brush the mixture in slowly, covering every inch. Once coated, hang it in a well-ventilated area for 1 to 2 days while it cures. Expect the colour to deepen. Expect a tacky feel at first. Both are good signs. After curing, run gentle heat over it. A hairdryer is perfect to smooth any inconsistencies. Now you've got your tarp. Water will bead, wind will bow to it, and, the material will only improve with use. Reapply every few months or once a year, depending on how rough you are with it. For a more rugged marine-grade finish, just add a touch of pine tar to your mixture. Sailors really trusted this method because it keeps mould at bay and, it boosts UV resistance. A waxed canvas tarp actually fits into modern life far better than people expect. Out in camp, it's quieter than plastic, sturdier in wind, and doesn't sag under morning dew. Fold it twice, and it becomes the perfect ground sheet, because it won't collect condensation beneath your sleeping bag. Gardeners use smaller squares to cover compost piles without suffocating them, keeping heat in while protecting from rain. Farmers still prefer canvas covers for tools, feed and machinery because they just don't tear. And in emergency setups, this material becomes a Swiss Army knife. One 6 by 8 foot sheet can be a stretcher, poncho, pack wrap, winter windbreak or field shelter. If it rips, repairs take seconds. Warm it, press a patch, keep moving. The self-reliance baked into this cloth is exactly why modern craftsmen and preppers are bringing it back. It's biodegradable, low-tech, endlessly repairable, and honestly, it costs almost nothing when you use reclaimed fabric. This isn't about romanticizing the past. It's about recognizing that older solutions weren't inferior. They were forged in situations where, failure had consequences. Trench engineers trusted this material under bombardment-soaked fields. Arctic explorers depended on it in sub-zero storms. Sailors rolled it into gear that had to survive months at sea. When something works across eras, climates and wars, you pay attention. Recycling heavy cotton and turning it into a lifetime tarp is more than just clever. It's a return to craftsmanship that values permanence over convenience. For those who care about survival, history and building gear you can trust, waxed canvas isn't a trend. It's a rediscovery worth mastering. If you want more deep dives into forgotten wartime tech, lost survival methods, and the old-world gear that still beats modern shortcuts, subscribe to HistoryHQ and share this with someone who appreciates history built by human hands.